Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, most gracious and most merciful. Hello, family and friends, Muslim, Christians, and Jews. Here's Al-Mumit again. Or some of you know me as Ray. Coming with you with an attribute of Allah called Al-Mumit. And I started this video off by saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. That's to say, I bear witness there's no God but God, that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. Al-Mumit, this attribute says, it means the giver of death. It says Al-Mumit, Al-Mumit. Those who are Arabic, who speak Arabic, know what Al-Mumit is. And it reads like Al-Mumit, Al-Mumit, Al-Mumit. It could be Al-Mumit or Al-Mumit, 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 Mitu, but it could be Al-Mumit. You know, the one they be saying is Al-Mumit, it is Al-Mumit, Al-Mumit, the giver of death. This is the giver of death. Those who can't speak Arabic and don't know it, just say the giver of death. It says in the Quran in chapter 7, verse 158, it says, there is no God but He. It is He that giveth both life and death. I'll read a little something after this attribute. It says, Al-Mumit is one of the 99 attributes. It's one of the 99 attributes, as I said. It's one of the 99 attributes of Allah, which means the giver of death. The mysteries of life and death are in the hands of Allah, God Almighty, who gives death to every living creature. When you die on this earth, this is not the end. Just remember that. When you die on this earth, this is not the end. You are of Him, and you must return to Him. Allah is all-powerful and therefore can bring about resurrection at any moment. At any moment He wills. He can also bring back to life all the dead people, just as He brought to life human beings out of nothing in the first instance. Allah, God Almighty, Allah will hold the last judgment so that everyone should get his due reward and his due punishment. Everyone. The base of self is subdued. The base of self, you know, the lower self. I tell you all about the devil videos. The base of self, as I had put in the previous video, the base of self is subdued by fragrantly repeating this sacred name of Allah. It opens a way for redemption from trials in the hereafter. Now, that's important because we're all going that direction. But this attribute opens up a way for redemption. That should be a more important one than what goes on here, than what goes on in this world. You're going to the afterlife. You're going to the hereafter. I am going. All of us are going. Everything is going. And it says that it opens a way for redemption from trials in the hereafter. Remember, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us and left us this hadith. I think it's in Tamanidi, but it says this. It says that the only thing that changes predestination is prayer, dua. So say your prayers while you can to change what happened in the past and ask Allah to forgive you and change for the other people. And just remember how powerful that Allah is. As I said, I won't be long, but I want to tell you about Al-Mumit, the giver of death. If you want to subdue your lower self, your lower base self, you want to get control of something, get your devil to stop whispering to you, those who are truthful to themselves and know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. When your devil whispers to you, sometimes you wonder where the thought comes from. Where did that thought come from? A lower urge. It could be just something fancy, something you thought it was delirious. This is your devil. And then your desires sometimes wonders. You have to just resist them. And what a fool that makes his desire his God. You find that in the Holy Quran too. But we're talking about the lower base self to overcome that desire, to stop that desire from overcoming you. This is Al-Mumit. And a lot of us, we are on our way and don't realize how fast and how close we are. I had just a cousin. I had a cousin just passed. I think I can mention his name in this video. His name was Keith Childs. A lot of y'all know him. Keith Childs, my cousin, just passed. And he told me before he passed, this is important that I say this, I think. He said, "Cuz," he said, "I just become a Muslim." I said, "What?" I said, "What?" I said, "What did you say?" I said, "Oh, alhamdulillah." I said, "Oh, praise." He said, "Yeah, I'm a Muslim now." And he started reciting as best he could the Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And he was excited. He made me excited. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And he was, in my opinion, reciting as best he could. So may Allah have mercy on him. And if he have any of the Fatiha in him, where he's going, hellfire is not permitted to touch him. So I hope he remembered whatever he had told me and he recited. Because shortly after, he was just a little while ago, he told me, just because he said, I'm a Muslim. This is Keith Child. So I was saying something about, I hope that he was saying Al-Mumit, the giver of death, and that I'm saying this video, and hopefully on behalf of him, that you would say Al-Mumit, those who know if you hear this video. But for the public at large and all people, all my Muslim Christians and Jews, but especially you Muslims, because some Christians don't believe this. They don't believe what I'm saying. So I'm talking about the believer. I'm talking about the Muslim. I'm saying to the Muslim. Say Al-Mumit if you want to overcome your lower self, your base self. Just say Al-Mumit. Just say Al-Mumit. And I want to leave you with that. And may God Almighty guide you and mend your ways. And by the way, you are entitled to subscribe to any of the videos you see that I have, as I've said in the past, lies about God, /forward Alim Muhammad, or you'll go to another aspect of it, which says truths about God, /forward Alim Muhammad. You can still find me. You can find it. Just give me a like or whatever you want to do. I ain't trying to impress no human beings except the fact they bow down to God Almighty. Because if I can help you, then I help myself. And I have to keep going, but I got to keep going. I got to keep on, moving on and moving toward Allah. I got to keep moving toward God Almighty. I have to, because my trial is not over. I'm still here, as you hear me. So may God Almighty bless you and mend your ways, guide you and mend your ways. And I'll leave you again in Arabic tongue of Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you.